Hey, put your TikTok away, boy. We gotta talk about Gundam. Hi! Welcome to, as far as you know it, the first special episode of the Untitled Gundam show. Not the first one filmed. This is the third one filmed?
What's the other specials?
Where we do the ranking.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
We just didn't do a ranking of the mobile suits and a quiz on the first season because I hadn't thought of what I wanted to do for the special episodes yet.
That wasn't part of the Zeta ranking or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is my second one.
Yeah, this is your second one.
But I'm first in release order.
That's right.
So technically, fuck everyone else.
If you notice that we don't look like how we do in the show, there's a reason for that. So anyways, we just sat down here because for those of you who don't know, Mobile Suit Gundam has compilation films which recap the plot. Because when Gundam was first released, it was not a success. And it almost got canceled. It just had its episode count reduced. And then after the show ended, the toys sold really well.
Also,
Fujoshi's came out and were like, we want the show!
I want my space twinks to fuck each other.
also, Star Wars happened.
Oh, yeah.
And Japan really loved the space shit that was going on.
The space opera. Yeah.
The Star Wars.
But some some pieces aligned. Some stars aligned, and they didn't quite want to make a new show because they didn't know if the sales numbers and popularity of related things would result in actual success for a new show. So what they did is they cut down Mobile Suit Gundam, the original series, into 3 movies with some new animation. But Shin, your experience with the original series, did you watch everything that happened in this movie? Had you seen before?
Not the ending.
Not the ending. Okay.
I missed Amuro going back to the Earth, like when they arrived there.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see any of that in the original series.
And you've obviously, this is our producer Andreas. He doesn't usually show up
first time on camera.
No,
I was Tina Belcher on Halloween.
Okay.
And also you are in the Double Zeta special episode.
Yes,
you are in there.
First time on camera, chronologically.
As far as the audience is concerned,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
This is Andreas' first time on camera.
Wait.
He's
not been the producer yet.
He's not going to be producer for an entire other season. Shit.
So where we're at right now, in our time,
If you want to know,
we're just over the halfway point of victory. I've been really enjoying Gundam so far. I sure hope a pandemic doesn't interrupt my ability to show up to Zeta and Double Zeta in the coming weeks that you guys are about to see.
So we've sat down here. We literally just finished
Yeah.
Mobile Suit Gundam Movie 1, which I think is retroactively titled Journey to Jaburo.
Is it?
I think it is just called Mobile Suit Gundam, the movie 1. But, like, the reason I'm calling it the Journey to Jaburo is because the PlayStation 2 game, which recaps this part of the plot, is called Journey to Jaburo. Then the second one's called Soldiers of Sorrow, and the third one is called Encounters in Space.
Soldiers of Sorrow is such a cool title.
Yeah, it's also a baller song, which also has a baller version of it by Andrew WK. First off, Shaden, how do you feel about this first movie recapping most of what you watched from the original series?
It's so much more watchable.
Yeah. It actually went by pretty fast. Way fucking faster than its batch of episodes.
What do you mean? Do you not want to see the children run around? In 5 episodes of the same thing?
It goes by
Straight up.
faster than the original series does, but that's like not saying much.
Well, I mean, watching
original
this episode it was shorter than watching a batch of 5 episodes from the original show.
Because we brought it up right at the beginning after they escape Side 7 and go on White Base and shit like that. And they're immediately another fight. We went, oh, they cut out 7 episodes of nothing happening already. in the first like 20 minutes of this movie. And I'm like, that's right. Now I remember why I could only watch original Gundam when I was surrounded by 8 other people. And they make the biggest like difference I can say between like watching this and watching original Gundam is I would never watch original Gundam on my own straight up. That is a show I would put on the side on the dub, but I would like watch this.
It's and like I was always interested, like, oh, is it gonna feel weird and unsatisfying when it ends? And they picked a pretty good moment to end
ending
it on.
shot was very good.
Yes, where they rise out of the clouds and they're floating there, and you just hear them saying "Sieg Zeon" over and over again.
Sieg Zeon, fuck the Fetty scum.
Yeah, fuck Fetty. Sieg Zeon forever.
Both sides are bad.
No.
Hey,
Zeon,
we'll
does
show
not
them what a follower of Hitler can do.
damn.
I guess, yeah, like, the only complaint I can make is that in cutting out some of the filler episodes, some elements of characterization get lost.
Yeah, the Amuro being exhausted happens too fast.
Yeah.
Because now Amuro has done one fight, and now he's exhausted.
Like 1.5,
Yeah.
but still, like barely enough to be at the level. Because in the original show, he's had like 9 fights by the time.
Yeah,
he has a
9
mortality mark.
monotonous fights.
I
that
said
make me feel like Amuro.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm also tired of this shit.
Yeah, buddy, I
Can
get
we
it.
please fucking do something in this show?
But just like, I don't know, just being able to like it would be the kind of thing where if you watched the movie and you liked it a lot, I might say, well, maybe go check out the show. If you don't like an episode, just skip it.
I still think the jankiness for historical purposes is good to watch. But
From an
I wouldn't
anthropological standpoint.
Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend most people to ever check out the show, especially when these movies exist.
So, I just want to say that, like, it is, because it's been over a year since we last watched.
Well, it's been like 2 years.
Yeah, it's been like 2 years since we've watched the original series, and
Yeah, I haven't watched it in like a decade.
and I had a little bit forgotten a couple of things. Well, no, one thing I hadn't forgotten, which is that the soundtrack is baller.
Yeah, we immediately started bopping when that space battle happened.
Yeah.
I got reminded that the soundtrack was like ballin'.
It's just all they could afford was that funk band.
And the funk band was good.
They like every time we watch the new shows, I'm like, they should bring back the space funk. It like I don't like the music in Victory. Fuck. But what I wanted to say is that I'd forgotten how much of the core Gundam appeal and formula was locked in right from the start. From the sound design to like the pacing to the themes, like we always said that like Gundam always felt like
getting the proper like hinting at like being a new type.
Yeah,
Because it feels more like thought out now.
because they
already
know how
what
it
the hell's
ends.
happening.
Yeah, like the original show. That's one boon to this. The original show, we often said that like it very much feels like they didn't know what they wanted to quite do until the end. But now
They have a clear picture of where they're starting, what's going to happen at the end. They just know what filler they need to cut, how like to bring it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, like the re-edit of the show, of the movie, feels more like, no, they're clearly soon going to be making Zeta Gundam. Because it's only like 2 years after this that they make Zeta Gundam, which means it was probably in pre-production as soon as like their bosses knew that the movies were a success.
Oh wait, so nothing else was out then?
No, it went 79, Gundam comes out and fails.
Yes, and then
80 to like 82, the toys sell well, and a bunch of other stuff happens that makes it
Star Wars.
That makes it like, oh, we should try the Gundam thing again. Also, Fujoshi's writing letter campaigns. Because Tomino always says, like, people always say it's the toy sales that did it, but I actually think it was the Fujos.
it was like, here's the thing with Gundam. If you think Gundam was never gay, you're incredibly wrong.
No, Tomino has been aware of the Fujoshis since the...
This special fucks up chronologically.
Everything,
so
yeah.
It does.
much.
It does.
People will be
There's
confused.
so much chronology.
Hey, you'll get it when we get there, baby.
Yeah.
But, like, I think I agree that it could have been maybe 2 movies. Because I don't know, we'll find out very shortly. I don't know how much the middle part of Gundam actually matters that much.
You get to see if I get to win or not. Right now, we're on the thing of, do we watch all 3 movies in one sitting, like Nathan wants? Or do we watch 2 tonight? I get to go home and not hate myself, and then come back on another day. If you see me in a different outfit for the third part, I won.
Because I did want someone on this couch who had not watched the original series to get, like, a view on the thing as just a movie. Because obviously, since we know where this is going, if there's any flaws with it just as a movie, we can mentally just not think about them because we're like, yeah, I know what's going to happen next. Rambo Ral's going to kill himself with a grenade. Oh no! Spoilers!
So spoilers for them, they've seen it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a good viewer, if you're a good Gundam fan,
I can't wait till we see Garma's fiance just like die.
oh, it's good. I have one huge complaint. Obviously they couldn't know how meme-worthy certain moments in the original series could be because
Yep.
the internet wasn't what it didn't exist really. But they cut out the part where Amuro eats sandwiches and scratches his tummy. One of the most memorable moments. They got the, like, sensical memorable moments, the Char kick, the classic jump pose. They got the things where it's like, yeah, of course those are memorable, but they did not get the stupid memorable moments a lot of the time.
Well, this won't be a complaint because the Dome Island
Oh, yeah.
comes in, but they cut that from this movie.
That's because Tomino is still, I'm assuming still to this day, he hates the episode. But...
Yeah, but that's another thing that, like, completely gets missed out in this movie is, like, the really ridiculous dumb shit. Like...
Yeah, like the Gundam hammer. It's gone.
Or the film that, like, goes around the Gundam as it's entering the
Yeah!
atmosphere.
That's some... Actually, I would say
the
that's...
Gundam comic.
That's
The
the
comic.
one true negative of these
The
movies
Gundam.
is that Tomino is definitely a guy that I admire, but I kind of think he's a little bit of an idiot sometimes. Very smart guy, like how emotional he is. You know, he's said in interviews that when Sayla gets sad about her brother, he, like, cried himself. And I'm like, that's cool, man. It's cool that you're so emotional. By the way, I think it's stupid how obsessed you are with your show not being dumb.
Yeah, like...
He's just like trying to make it as serious as he can,
Well,
and he thinks that he can't have both like the silly, stupid moments
Yeah.
and the serious.
Well, that's why the Gundam hammer's gone. Certain other weapons don't show up because he thought they were too dumb. He wanted the Gundam to be gunmetal gray because he's like, that feels military appropriate. He hated White Base, even though White Base is like an incredibly iconic spaceship.
Like, I genuinely want, like, a master grade...
Like one that's like this big, like this wide, this tall. Fucking hang
yeah.
it in your living room like a chandelier.
No, that's the centerpiece of the living room.
It sits on the table. It's
Yeah.
like a lady's trying to put a drink down, be like, can you move this? No!
No!
Get out!
That being said, we need funding for that Lala statue.
That's right. Also, this show is a reminder that you always need to have a shitbag character and an insane person in your show. In your Gundam show. It's a requirement at this point, I say. You know, in Witch from Mercury, we got Choo Choo. So Shaden,
Yeah.
what do you think of the first Mobile Suit Gundam movie?
It's good.
Do you think it
It-
is
it
a good
recapped everything
replacement
well.
for the beginning of the show?
Oh yeah, easy.
I think it's the kind of thing where watch the movie and then maybe find out what episode in the show it ends off on, and then maybe watch the rest of the show from that point onwards.
I mean, I'll see what I feel about the second movie.
Yeah.
But, like, this show dragged on and on and on at first.
It's not as boring as Victory, though.
Yeah, but, like,
Gundam is like this. Like the original
Yeah.
show. Victory's like...
Victory... Okay, we're going back into Victory here.
We can't... Okay, I'm gonna stop the
Yeah,
recording. The moral of the story is, first movie's pretty good. Andres, what do you think of the first movie?
I enjoyed it, but that's because I already liked the original Gundam.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that I liked about it are still preserved. Like, one of my favorite moments in the show is the moment where Amuro's mom starts crying about the fact that his son is now a soldier.
Yeah.
And they left
Like she's
that
completely
sequence pretty intact. Like,
Yeah.
She just collapses to her knees.
It really feels like they just left that entire episode uncut in there.
Yeah.
Even including the part where Amuro gets his ass kicked.
You're gonna be swallowing your teeth, kid. I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget until the day you die.
Why, that's Amuro.
I love that.
Where he's just getting kicked in the background.
I love how they kept the weird ass when he shoots the Sion soldier.
He's like,
Ooh.
Flashback.
It's good.
Yeah.
I also think it's good. I think it could replace the beginning of the show wholesale. We'll see if each movie can replace its related section of the show.
Yeah.
I feel like perhaps the last movie will not be a good replacement for the ending of the show, but we'll find out. That's my called shot now.
That being said, the best part about the ending is just those last few
The last three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's where everything goes down, right?
Well, that's where you can tell that the crew had no fear because they're like, well, this is it.
Yeah, and they went all out.
We can do ultra violence. Look forward to us talking about that later when we finish the next movie, which I'm gonna get up and start now. Oh.
I've joined the cult of Kai.
We
Oh.
just
Just?
finished Soldiers of Sorrow, Mobile Suit Gundam 2.
Yes.
Shaden,
Yeah, that's me.
you had seen the plot of the beginning of this movie.
Yes, I stopped watching right after they went to the desert. Or, like, was it Texas?
You watched Rambo. No, Texas is like
Or whatever the fuck it was. They
Texas
were in
is
the
where they
desert.
fight Makuka.
Amuro runs away. You guys will know if you watched all the episodes, which you all have because you're great viewers and
You're
definitely
good.
don't
You're
want to
good.
make him
You're
cry.
good audience. Thank you. Yes.
Amuro runs away, runs into a hot MILF Zealand officer in like the bar
on.
or whatever. Yeah, and she's like, I'm gonna fuck this teenager.
And Rambo like, you should feel fucking
You
good.
should-
My wife wants to fuck you.
Yeah.
That boy looks hungry.
Isn't he just a little young for you, Hamon?
Now don't tease him, Ramba.
No, like, Ramaral goes and says, you know, she doesn't usually like people. And everybody at the table goes, yeah, I'm jealous of you, kid. She wants to fuck you.
Pressed, it isn't every day Hamon takes a liking to someone.
You can't say no, not if you really want to be a gentleman.
Anytime you're offered a free supper, accept it.
Maybe he's a new type. I hear they never eat.
We all want to fuck. Come on.
God, I wish that were me. Oh my lord. It's the fucking South Park episode.
I imagine Rambo
where, like,
sits in a chair in the corner of the room.
where
teacher.
Ike is fucking the teacher,
Teacher,
and
yeah.
everyone's like, nice.
Nice.
Nice. It's exactly that. That's where I left off when I
Yeah.
fucking watched
Did
the show.
you see Rambo Rowell die? I'm gonna blur Dom out with a mosaic. So did you get to see Rambo Rowell die? Where
I'm
he blows
pretty
himself up with a grenade.
Long live the independent duchy of Sion!
Yeah. I think I did. I have vague memories.
But then the arc after that, Kai's redemption arc.
I completely missed.
Yeah.
This movie, it's such a better viewing experience. It's so much better.
I'd say
you
so.
fucking hate your friends.
Like this movie fucks.
The fact that other people like Rhiannon
Yeah.
sat through all original Gundam, I got out, and then I came back for like bits,
You came
and
back for
now
the good
I'm
part.
getting this experience.
And you're like,
And
hey, there's
it's-
like a good story happening here.
Dude, I like don't hate the kids now.
Yeah.
Because they're like barely in it.
Until they serve a purpose.
And the only until they serve a purpose, and like the moments they're in it is like, oh, like in the first movie they're like handing out rations to people after Side 7 got attacked. I'm like, okay, cool, that's endearing. These kids are trying to help out.
Canned food rations. How many people live here?
We have 7 here.
Excuse me, but I requested some milk for my baby. Did they send
Here
it?
it is.
Yeah.
And then
They're
they're
not
kinda, like,
constantly
there.
trying to murder people and telling them to carpet bomb places.
And they're like there, and then in this they're doing their little hijinks or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, like whatever. Little mini comic relief hijinks of kids doing things that like leads to a serious event. And I'm like,
and it
you know
feels
what?
very
And
appropriate
I'm like,
for like
it's fine.
the
These kids are
80s.
just fucking around.
Yes.
I'm like, this is fine. I don't hate these kids. They're not being annoying here.
Yeah. Except for Cats, but
Yeah. Every time Cats was on screen, I'm like, let him die now.
when Cats first appears, Andreas points and goes,
Yeah, the kids are better in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Kai is now the best mobile suit protagonist.
yeah, you didn't get our mad love for Kai, and
Yeah.
you were also confused as to why every time Kai appears and other people draw things of him outside of the main series, he's always like a hot guy.
Yeah, because in my eyes, he was a whiny bitch.
Yeah, he
He
starts
was a
as a
little
whiny
piss
bitch.
baby.
Wow! There's bad guys everywhere!
He was a little piss baby.
Yeah.
And now he's like... Kai fucks now. Kai... Okay. Yeah, Kai fucks his girlfriend to sleep. And then she dies immediately after.
Yeah, Kai definitely gets the closest
And he, like-
in the show to fucking someone.
Yeah.
No, headcanon, he fucked when that door closed.
This room is mine. Huh? Oh, Who is that woman, Kai? You didn't see a thing, okay, buddy? Is she your girlfriend or what? No. Well, yes. It's one of the local girls I met, and she needs help real bad. She has to get the job role, and I promised to take her. Okay, I didn't see anything, but tell her to stay out of sight.
And that door closed.
When Amuro was actually a bro.
You know what? That's
And
why he
didn't
wasn't in the
rat
room
him
when
out.
she got the call. He was off taking a post-fuck shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude
Don't
took
forget
his
to wash
piss.
your dick after you
Yeah.
fuck. It's like you actually
Yeah,
should.
piss and wash your dick.
Piss and wash your dick. Do you know
I
what the
didn't enjoy
conditioner
it.
set in, boy?
Most of the time, I'm bald now. I do
We're
like
really
having
off
one.
topic.
Yeah, we
Okay.
are.
Well, I wanted to bring up.
I mean, this is just a true representation of the middle point of our Gundam recaps. Where
Yeah.
we're off topic for that middle, and then
Yeah,
it'll
it just
come
goes-
back around at the end.
That's true. I want to say so. A little bit of my idea of my theory about how this movie would play out happened, where some parts of this movie are kind of boring, but it's mostly just because it is set
The
up.
first half was pretty fucking boring.
Yeah, because it's set up. But then
I-
once the setup starts paying off, like, we're not going to beat around the bush. There is a sequence in this movie that is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
It
I mean, I'll
slaps
get
so
to that in
hard.
a second. I was
Yeah.
saying the first half was like kind of boring. I ended up just talking to Dom about fucking like Elden Ring and Dark
Even I
Souls
stopped
for a
paying
bit.
attention.
Yeah,
even
I
you-
stopped paying
you guys,
attention
like,
too.
both just like joining on these side
Well,
conversations.
it's because, like,
and
I
we're
know
we
that, like,
don't
none of the
care.
shit in this beginning
Like-
of the middle doesn't matter.
And I was like, I remember vaguely what happens here too. I'm like, I don't really care. I'd
And-
rather like talk about other things,
like-
dude. Honkai Star Rail's so fucking good.
And like, I like Ramaral as a character, but like,
the stuff in between Ramba Rel's arc and Kai's redemption arc,
yeah,
I don't
it's
care
kind
about.
of missable, yeah.
Honestly, I don't think this movie needed to be 2 hours like the previous
No,
one.
they could cut down like an hour.
This
and a
could
half,
be 90.
40 minutes.
Fuck, could be 84 minutes. I don't give a fuck, right? Like, you need Ramba Rel's arc, Kai's redemption arc, and then the final arc, where
Yes.
Soldiers of Sorrow, a song that fucks.
That
plays.
entire sequence
All
is
right,
great.
we're just gonna jump right into it. So this movie has a fucking ending sequence that is one of the best sequences we've seen in Gundam so far.
this is just plain suicide.
Arguably the best combat sequence we've had in Gundam so far.
Maybe actually the best. Okay, I'll say the best large scale battle.
Yes.
Yes.
What's that? That's it for you.
This is all for you, Matilda. I know you're watching. I know you're here with me, Matilda.
Yeah, it is easily the best large-scale battle combat sequence that we've had in Gundam so far, up to this point where, again, we are right now halfway through victory.
Like, I've definitely
in our,
enjoyed
personal
one-on-one singular fights more.
Yeah.
Like, I love the fights in Stardust Memory. Like, all of the battles.
There's
they're
a lot of
fucking great.
one-on-one fights that also have like a more emotional weight to them and stuff like that, and that can carry
But this
all those
conveys
fights.
the chaos of war really
Yeah,
well. Where they don't give you context for fucking any of the imagery you're
We're
seeing.
just seeing fucking
There's
mobile
suits in there that
fight
weren't-
and die.
And there are suits in there that aren't established. They just show up, get shot, next shot.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, yeah, no, Zeon did their thing. They're attacking this base now. All right, there's a fight. And it's like everyone's fighting. Everyone's fucking.
And it also has what might be one of the most baller-ass fucking moves. We were worried that it was going to be lame, but it did turn out to be cool like we were hoping.
The cut.
They cut mid-scene, hard end of the music, to two military leaders talking about the battle that's happening, and then cut back with the music just back up.
Yeah, as like they're like I think Amuro was like getting into the Gundam at that point.
They're
And then
preparing
he's,
their
like,
counterattack.
Yeah, he's like getting to suit up, and the music's back in, and then
And
we
the
go
music-
back into throwing shit around.
And the
with
music hits
fucking
its
shit.
rock stride just as the gun cannon launches.
Yeah, and it's just they're fucking shit up. And then Char's little fucking mobile suit that's a little...
They kept...
Which I didn't know about.
So
apparently you guys love that.
It's a big moment from... It's a big stupid moment from the original series. But the thing is, so in that shot where he runs awkwardly, that crashed plane is not there. Tomio definitely went... That shot's important to convey a piece of information, but it looks really stupid, so I'm gonna need you to put a plane there. Because I'll try to find the footage. I know what episode it's in. I'll try to find the footage. I'm 100% that image is originally completely
And then they also reuse it 5 seconds later for another
do you know why?
little run.
Because that shot plays twice in the episode as well. Woody gets fucking owned, he gets killed.
You are an idiot!
Yeah, Sergeant Woody, where the fuck he was, Captain Woody.
Captain Woody. I think he's like
Ensign
Lieutenant Woody in the
I don't
dub.
know. His last name means penis. It's funny. Haha.
Yeah, this... They could have cut more, but I think the ending sequence, like the last 45 minutes kind of justifies...
Yeah.
The ending sequence has made it so I'm not going to argue with Nathan about staying for the third movie. It did
Well, and you
a
know
good
that the
enough
third
job.
movie's just going to be good shit.
Yeah, and it did a good enough job of making me like, it brought me back in, like, okay, my attention has been brought back. My TikTok brain isn't that scattered enough. I saw Pretty Action go burr.
It really does make me wish that they had kept up that style for later battle sequences. Because my complaint about a lot of Zeta and Double Zeta, and even, well, especially Victory, is that some of the large-scale battles are just really uninteresting.
And also, it feels like a lot of those large-scale battles just happen between, like, several one-on-one fights.
Yeah, and then occasionally they'll just cut to shots of the big cruisers shooting.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not interesting. But just seeing this, like, these little tiny vignettes of clashes.
Yeah, and it's so chaotic, like, a lot of stuff just seems to be happening at once.
Also, I'm a stupid, dumb, idiot slut for a sequence that's synced up to some music.
Yeah.
I do like just my music video battle sequences. This was the most robots cool section we've had in Gundam.
When it cut back, you pointed and went, "This is a robots
Yeah, I literally
cool."
went like, "This is a robots cool section."
Because this movie is very war-bound.
Yeah, it has never been more robots cool than just this combat section of robots fighting each other.
It's like,
and we're kind of not predisposed, like set up to the show has tried setting up something of like, hey, there's people in these. But also, I'm like, the robots are going blasting. The fucking Danny DeVito, anyway, that started blasting everywhere. And I'm like, this is fucking sick. I'm liking this. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I don't have many arguments in this movie. The first half was like slow and kind of boring stuff, but then it fully like wraps up at the end there. And
it almost makes the boring parts serve a purpose.
Yeah, and the fact that it's cut down so much, knowing what the original serialization was. Where it's a lot more of the boring stuff.
There's a lot more slog.
So much more forgivable.
It definitely makes me go like, there do not need to be so many episodes where they just have a battle for no reason. Because, like, I don't know, the gaps in between battles feel appropriate.
Yeah.
Like when you...
Yeah, it feels like a lot of the monumental events in Gundam just being highlighted.
Yeah, because, like...
It's the battles that would be dated on a wiki.
Yeah,
you know what it is?
It's the battles that would be passed down on a textbook.
Yeah.
Right?
Here's the thing. Watching the original show is like watching a bunch of serials and newsreels that you would see if you were like living in the... It's like watching the news.
Yeah, like
in
you're
your
living
country.
through like World War II, whatever, and you're seeing like
And then-
updates on every battle. Like, oh, this is we captured this little town.
Yeah,
Go
and
us,
then
us.
watching
the supplies
these...
just ended.
Yeah, and then these movies are like watching the History Channel. Here's what happened.
This is
important.
Paris has been retaken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Moving
we marched
on.
on Germany. Cool, like that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Let's get the hits.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they kept, because it would be really easy to cut out the other characters' arcs and just focus on Amuro. And so much of the middle is like, because like when the middle starts happening, that's when Amuro's kind of accepted that, yeah, I'm a soldier. After his runaway with
Amuro is so sidelined in this movie.
I mean, he is in the original show.
Yeah, like by this point,
Because by this point in the show, like once
sidelined.
he encounters Rambarel, that's where he gets like fully committed to
and
I'm in the military.
Then he just becomes a soldier, straight on, and his character kind of doesn't do much until Lala appears.
And then, like, the thing is, it's like, what are you gonna have him do? Because Lala's the thing that changes him to his ultimate form, which is, oh no, I'm fighting this war for the people I care about, and I'm an empath.
And I'm a psychic now.
But they do incorporate more new type stuff.
Oh,
I don't remember so much new type discussion or things happening in the original series.
Yeah,
at
me
this
neither.
point.
But I watched the show a while back.
I watched the show more recently, so I think we're right. I think with our
I feel like they definitely added the new type flashes in like the battles a little more. Like,
Yeah.
Amuro definitely has more of those like moments where like he goes, "Oh shit." Right?
Yeah.
Play
And
the
I
sound
imagine
effect.
that because like the series is 43 episodes, I believe.
I think so.
And it was supposed to be 51, the typical
Yeah, but
anime
it got
length.
cut.
So I imagine that maybe they were going to more naturally ramp up the new type stuff, but because it got cut down into production, they're like, shit, we gotta talk about new types right now, and that's why it feels so jarring when they're like, so face your bloody psychics.
Yeah, those new types, am I right?
Yeah, but it's very integrated in the story.
Yeah, like we pointed out in the previous film, there's the shot where he's looking at Char flying away. And what was the thing I had to bring up?
The Esper thing?
No, you told me that there was a thing I forgot to mention in the first movie.
Lack of narrator.
Yes, so that's something that I didn't notice until after we finished the first one, is that there's not a narrator all the time, because there were sequences where I distinctly remember him telling me what the characters are thinking. Here, it's a lot more like you could just pick it up and feel it. And there's a narrator in this movie, but he basically only exists for the beginning.
Yeah, to recap the last.
I mean, because it makes sense, because it feels more like a movie.
Hundreds of satellite colonies float serenely in orbit around their mother planet Earth. Half of humanity now lives in space. It is the year 0079 of the universal century.
Because it's a movie.
Yeah,
so you have
yeah.
the narrator at the beginning, and then but with the TV show, you have the narrator like at the beginning of every episode.
Yeah, and
you're like setting the scene for the episode because you've tuned into the serialization. If you haven't seen Gundam before, you know kind of what the fuck is going on.
And I can imagine that after when the first movie aired, some people went Gundam, that show sucked, and not gone and seen the first movie, and then people could have went and saw the first movie and said, oh, actually, it good, and then more people go to see the second one. And then they'll be like, whoa, that ending fucking slaps. A lot of the ending is also, it has to be mostly reanimated, because it looks good.
Yeah,
but there are definitely some shots that I remember, but there's a lot that I don't.
There's no way most of that battle was done in original Gundam.
No,
the original Gundam felt like me trying to do a stop motion animation.
Yeah, the Soldiers of Sorrow sequence definitely feels like they went, we want to achieve a thing we couldn't have achieved then. And we have. And there's more new animation in this movie than there was in the last one.
Yeah, a lot of stuff seems more on model than like the original series would have.
Yeah.
But, like that could be me misremembering.
Oh, nope. Gundam 1, very, very off model. Very bad.
Yeah,
Straight up poopy.
I do remember stuff looking very janky.
I mean, that's where that stupid, really narrow Gundam head image comes from. It comes from the first series. We still do get some of my favorite off-model Gundams. We get Rambo Rao's Goof Squat waddling along.
No, you don't.
We get Char's fucking Zagok running stupidly.
And I love that scene where the Gawk just like destroys and goes,
yeah, the fucking little like, I did it.
I think that was
the guys look up, it's just there, and punches them.
I think that was the moment that got us back.
That is what roped us back in.
Because we were talking about some other bullshit, and then we heard them yell and like look up, and then we looked at something.
Quit complaining. If you'd rather be out there in the front line dodging all those shells, all you need to do is volunteer and... What's the matter, huh?
So, yeah, I gotta say, I think people should probably watch these movies, and if they really like the movies, maybe go check out the original show.
It is absolutely, if you really like these movies, and you really want to go see
the original show. Watch these movies, watch Zeta, watch Double Zeta, then go back and watch 0079.
No, I think it'll make it harder to watch.
Do you think people should watch 0079 and then watch the movies?
No, I think...
Because, you have to make a choice, right?
I think the movies are a pretty good replacement so far.
You know what? If you're not, like, a weirdo completionist, if you just want to go and get in, I think you should just...
Because it gives you all the good plot points of the original Gundam.
Yeah.
And
cuts
all the slog.
Yeah.
Cuts all the slog, and it makes Amuro from Prince Rupert.
It's literally, like, watch the movies if you want to watch 0079 Gundam. And then it's, if you, like, are such a super fan of it, that you want to go see the original series because you want to see the original series.
Yeah. I'd almost say...
Then, finally...
Go watch the original show if you're interested in the history of Gundam.
Yes. Especially if you want to see, like, the origin of, like, what I consider, like... The grandfather of a lot of mecha anime.
Well, I mean, this is the birth of the mecha genre, because before this, it's the super robot genre.
Yes.
Yeah, I do want to say, what you should be doing before you watch this first movie is go play the OP of original Gundam, and then watch the movie.
Boy, I got it.
Because the
boy,
fucking
I got
OP
it. Gandamu, Chiyo, Hashie.
You absolutely have to watch the OP and then start the movies, because they haven't had that OP or anything like that. And that shit, that's the good part.
I put the OP on at my work sometimes when it gets to the end of the night, because the genre of music that the Gundam OPs fall into for a long stretch of time is appropriate for my work. Because like most of them are like kind of funk, kind of 80s synth songs, so it's like it's totally fine. No one will think they're weird. If no one knows their Gundam theme songs, they're just like, I don't know what this Japanese music playing is. But when I was playing the original theme song, I was singing the lyrics, and one of my coworkers went, "Do you actually know the lyrics to this song?" I'm like, I listened to it 43 times. Way off topic now.
Yeah, we're going to...
It's going to be spoilers for that.
Movie good.
Yeah, it's a solid movie. This totally replaces the middle of Gundam.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else to say about it. We can get up. Get ready for the
we'll
third.
get ready for the third one.
I have to piss first.
Can't wait for the new type antics.
We might have to go through this bit a little fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't take 24 minutes like we did before. Hi everyone. We're back again. Shaden, what time is it?
It's 11:13.
It's 11:13. I need to leave by 11:37 to walk to the 27.
Yeah, I need to take that bus too.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, we'll go through this quick. We just finished.
It's
Encounters in Space. That's what the third one's called.
Yes.
Yeah. So we just finished Encounter in Space, the third Mobile Suit Gundam compilation.
Yeah, we just
film.
watched 7 straight hours of Gundam.
Yeah.
With like the 30-minute break, like the breaks for 30-minute segments in between.
Unshockingly, Gundam good.
Yeah, Gundam is good when you take out all the bad parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really solid.
Like, who knew that if you like remove all the shitty filler in a serialized rush show, it can actually be like very good.
And you reanimate progressively more of it with each movie. Like, this movie just consistently looks good.
Okay, I want to say one thing real quick. Because you guys mentioned this, that fans online have gotten, like, iffy about the redone shots and how it pulls them out of this show. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Well, you can tell when it's a new shot, but it's not so jarring
but it's not
that you get sucked
oh
out.
my god, like, oh, they've thrown in, like, random CG here or
Yeah,
some shit.
it's not like how the Seta compilation movies just straight up have like the old cell and then digital art for it.
Yeah, like it's still the same art style, it's just clearly they have way more money.
Yes.
And like I said this, and I think the movies really show it off, like what I said while we were making the original first season, which is Gundam is maybe not enjoyable on a micro scale, episode to episode, but on a macro scale, I think it is telling a good, engaging story that is a good anti-war story. Because the ending, so Shaden, as the ending occurred where Amuro escapes from a Valku and flies towards his friends, and we get the shot, the music's playing, and it shows all of his friends, and him tearing up. Shaden, overwhelmed with emotion, just starts going, "Victory sucks."
My family. Thank you. Because of you, I have a place I can come home to. And I can be with Lala anytime I want. Oh, what a wonderful life this is. You know what, Father? It was painful growing up, but it was worth it.
Fucking sucks so much, dude. Victory's so fucking bad.
Yeah, that's why
I know this isn't the victory part. And again, you guys aren't seeing victory for a while. But for me right now, I am presently living through Victory Gundam. And oh my god, is it so much fucking worse. I forgot that Gundam can be good outside of OVAs. Wait, but this is 30 fucking OVAs.
Yeah, this is
technically.
Whatever. Original series Gundam's good as a story. Victory so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of killed Universal Century stuff for a while.
Yeah, if I made a stinker like that, because like the thing is like I always made a joke that like I don't know, the original series is kind of bad, but like watching these movies, I'm like, no, it's really not. It's actually.
I just want you to know I'm bringing this up again when we watch Gundam next weekend for our regular Victory showing, and we bring this up so when they get to Victory, they can be reminded that I was having this fucking moment.
Yeah, it's.
That's some real life foreshadowing.
it's very hard to it's not easy to remember in the middle of Victory just how engaging and good everything, and like especially the character work, like that's because like I forgot that like no, I do care about Kai and Mirai and Sayla and Frau and Bright and the kids, even like I care about these people.
I don't even hate the
care
kids
the
now.
fact that Cats.
Shut the fuck up. Like, and the way, like, and also, like, this show really reminded me, like, wow, Victory does not know how to use its fucking music.
No.
The music here is fucking good and used great.
The music, just listening to the OG Gundam soundtrack again, has been, like, a treat. Because it's so fucking good, and it's so appropriately placed.
Yeah.
You don't have, like, the weirdest fucking, like, upbeat music put on, like, when civilians are being carpet bombed.
Yeah. The closest you get to anything jarring is sometimes, like, the closest is when they start playing, like, some of the like, vocal music over the fight scenes, but it only starts weird. But once they get really full into motion, it's like, okay, no, I see what you're trying to convey.
There's a couple of instances where like they hard cut the music and it feels jarring because they hard cut to like a very different scene.
Yeah.
But it only happens like twice.
Yeah, like the scene where he's fighting this young and it starts playing that song. I wanna get back where you were.
Are you ready?
Ready. You never were as good as me at close-range fighting, were you? Too bad.
Yeah, can you prove it?
Why did you have to drag Lala into this? I'm gonna make you wish you'd never been born, Shaw.
Like that, I'm like, yeah, this is used well. It's cool that this is happening here, and of course, this movie still had all the abstract imagery.
Yeah,
that's in the original.
We had the psychic banging.
Why
couldn't we have met before? Why do we have to wait until now when it's too late for us?
Nothing can ever come out of our meeting. Nothing. Nothing. If this is what is called fate, then ours is a cruel fate, and life is too painful to bear.
This is real. We aren't just dreaming.
I know, but what does it matter? It is pointless, meaningless.
Lala, there has to be a reason for our meeting. Give me something I can hope for.
Yeah. And like, I don't know,
All the new types are connected and speaking telepathically because new types are psychics.
Still-
There is in fact psychics in Gundam.
Still maybe my favorite moment in Gundam for real is when, because most of the characters' reaction is they go, Amuro, okay, and they just start doing whatever he's doing, and the show doesn't feel the need to show you his instructions to them.
Yeah.
And he makes
He's like,
sure...
you get it.
Can you hear me, Sayla?
Oh, Amuro, is that you? Where are you? Where are you? Amuro, please help me. I'm confused and I can't find my way out of here. What? Go right at the corridor? Ah!
That's it, Sayla. Straight ahead about 500 meters. Then you make a 90-degree turn left.
There's an enemy near me?
Come on! Seal all the hatches!
Yes, sir.
Is that you, Amuro? If we don't abandon the ship, we're going to die? I have new orders!
Seal the hatches. All the friendlies are aboard and accounted for.
Aye, aye!
Yeah.
He's telling them how to get out and shit like that. He's leading them all around.
Yeah. Like
you figure it out.
I think it's interesting that Zeta and Gundam basically tell the same story, except Zeta's really depressing and Gundam's not. Like, one notable member of the crew dies, that's it. Everyone else lives. And like, when Ryu dies, it's like an important event.
Yeah, because that's character development for Amuro as well.
Yeah. And like, Gundam does wrap up in such a way that it's like, yeah, this, if it had ended, it'd be a satisfying ending. Like if Gundam was just these 3 movies, it'd be like, shit, that was a good franchise. It'd be neat if they made more.
Yeah. It is like an ending, especially because like the whole like ending narration, like, oh yeah, the war ended soon after this. Rip War in the Pocket.
They barely had to change anything. They barely had to take anything out of the original ending of Gundam because like the last like 10 episodes are just good.
They're already like movie paced.
The movie, like, I don't think it felt like different than what I remember watching the last.
The only thing is, they just cut out some of the extra fight stuff that doesn't matter. Like they cut out Makube fighting and dying because who cares?
And him staying alive kind of is canon to like some of the manga.
Yeah, and also like I don't know, Makube always seems like a guy who doesn't go out there and fight. I think this is
Rip Kaecilia's head.
Yeah, Rip Kaecilia's
getting
head.
fucking blasted off. Oh my god, that
looks
was
good.
Sick.
The new version of it.
Yeah, that was fucking sick.
Shaw isn't dead? Oh my god!
I gotta say, I think now having completed all 3, just watch these.
You just watch the movies.
Yeah, just watch these.
There's no reason
I
to
think-
watch the original series again unless you're like going at a historical sense. Like, oh, I want to see how Gundam started off. If you actually want to like watch like the story of 0079,
because it is interesting
just
if
watch
you
the movies.
The way they deal with the problems of that show while making it, like through how it's presented as you watch it on screen.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, there's value in the sense that the show sucks for a lot of it, and then the ending is so good.
Yeah.
There is like the character development is slightly worse in the movies because of the fact that you have like 30 less hours of runtime of hearing character dialogue.
Yeah.
But like 29 of those hours don't matter.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, the time the show spends on Hayato ultimately doesn't matter because Hayato's way smaller of a character than even fucking Kai is. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of. I think they did a great job.
Yeah,
I can
don't
see
know.
why after this they were like, okay, you can make more.
Yeah, people were like, oh shit, yeah, Gundam can be interesting.
Yeah, when it's not too long and full filler. Yeah, I mean,
He really hates his friends.
well, technically I didn't know, even though I kind of knew. But technically, I didn't.
I am gonna make sure everyone knows.
You're gonna tell
It's gonna be brought up.
This will be brought up to everyone that you
Next
in
Sunday
this
when we
entire
sit down
time
for Victory
could have just let them all watch these instead of going through months.
Yeah, and most
we
of
could
the
do this in
friends,
3 weekends. We could do this in 3 weekends. 1 movie a weekend, and we would have been fine.
and most people, and you know what? Most of our friends aren't gonna see the Soldiers of Sorrow scene from the second movie.
No.
They're gonna miss out on one of the best
Gundam fight scenes for like so long.
You're gonna have to make me show them the scene at one Gundam night. Like if we start
Yeah,
early
I'm probably
enough,
gonna like bring it up because
Just be like-
I want to fucking watch the ending scene of
Soldiers of Sorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, so hey, thanks for coming. These guys gotta catch a bus.
Oh, what was your favorite moment of the 3 movies?
I like the part where at the very end Amuro just reaches out to his friends.
All right, what was your favorite part of the 3 movies?
The part where Amuro reaches out to his friends.
What was your favorite part?
Oh, the part where Amuro reached out to his friends. And also when that mobile suit squashed that guy and did that.
I did it!
Sorrow, the trembling sorrow, hear me sing the goodbye music.